Good morning. Now, this is what you call a dedication to the cause. It's early o'clock, it's 7 a.m. something, and the reason that I came out so early is because the light is so good, and I wanted to show the G-Shock Captain Americas, and because this light is going to be so good. And also I was going to show you the accuracy of the NH35 inside a Helm, because these watches have been running for a few days, and I think one of them is only about plus 10 seconds, and the other one is better than that, and that's over 3 or 4 days. And so I thought that that was really good. And I wish I could film all the time in light like this, because you can probably see the light is just perfect. You cannot get conditions like this any other way than be here at 7 in the morning. And I actually said to myself, if I was awake at 7, I would get up and come out and set up the table so I can get these videos. So I shall do that. But I thought to myself, literally as I'm talking to you, I literally can see if we go over here, you can see the sun rising, and in the next minute that I'm chatting, the sun will come up, and then all of a sudden you feel the warmth. I mean, right now I'm in shorts, and I normally have wellies on, because when you go over here, and especially in there, the wild animals will come and get you, and they'll definitely eat you, and that's if you're lucky. You go inside there, and will you come out is not guaranteed. It really isn't. Do not go there. In fact, I quite like no people being anywhere near me. I really don't, because the problem with people is that people have opinions. They open their mouths and say things, and it always drives me crazy. Just look pretty and don't say anything. Just sit there, don't say a word. Things will be absolutely fine. We will get on like a house on fire. The moment that a person opens their mouth and says something, that's when, you know, we have trouble. And this is a secret garden. That is a secret garden. All kinds of technological advancement is going on there. This will be the future, believe it or not. So I'm told. And this is a meeting room. This is a very important meeting room. Any discussions that are important to do with wristwatches always take place there. There is another meeting room over there, and if I have a meeting over there, that means that someone is in trouble, or there's a serious conversation about to take place, or a watch colorway is being discussed, which qualifies a very serious conversation. But once again, look at the sun rising and the contrast of the sky against everything there. Isn't that something? I need to go over to that table and show you the accuracy of these, and also pull out the G-Shocks, because, oops, we have these fabulous snails here, and they always never tell you that they are there. And yeah, okay, let's do this. And I've only had one coffee so far, so that means I'm not actually awake. This is all autopilot from 2 days ago. Anyway, let me go and very quickly get some watches under the radar. I shall do that. I shall do that right now. You can probably tell I'm rushing like crazy here because that light is going to come over very soon, and it's going to spoil everything. So let's quickly get first of all, let's get the accuracy of these helms viewed. Gosh, 1 second, because I need to check the time. Hold on. Okay, so that's really interesting. So we're going over. So I've been checking the time on these things. I don't have a polygraph for these watches, the time grapher thing. So what I do is I set them to a reference, and then I simply check 24 hours later. And so these were set bang on about 4 days ago, I think, 3 days ago, or even 4 or 5 days ago. And so when I put them down, they're either dial up or they are dial down. Both movements are NH35, and the blue one is slightly faster. And but I've just checked, and it appears that the blue one is only plus 5 seconds fast over over 4 days. Let's call it 4 days. And so the black one it's slower than the blue one, but probably 3 seconds behind the blue one. So that means that the blue one is only plus 5, and the black dial is only plus 3 seconds, and that's over 4 days. So these watches are well within COSC, which is plus 6 minus 4 a day. So the accuracy of these NH35s is miraculous. I mean, isn't that strange? That's very odd. How can they be so accurate? Maybe Helm regulates them, or something like that. Or I have spiritual powers that make mechanical wristwatches accurate. And I don't know. But that is rather amazing. That's rather interesting. These are very accurate watches. The NH35 rocks again. I don't know if Helm regulate them. I don't even know if you can regulate an NH35 in production. But anyway, there you go. And because I've got these things in the hand, look at the case back. You see, this is where Helm starts to rule. When they produce a machined case back like that. And look at the machining on the stainless steel case. You are not going to beat that, not for this price point. The quality is fantastic. I do like the light grey and the black dial there. That is rather cool. Okay, let me take the helms out of view, because what I wanted to do is pull the Captain America out, and because I've been rushing, I've I wanted to get out here before that sun appears. So let me just pull out some Casio beasts. There's the Captain America. I knew he was here somewhere. Let's put that guy there. And what have I got in here? The Casiotron Captain America. Let's put him there. And what have I got? Look at that little beast. We've got the Speedy Mark II, you know, the proper Speedmaster. So cool. I forgot he was there actually. What on earth have I got in here? The original, the full metal, you know, where this full metal thing started. Yeah, he's special. Let's put him there. And what have I got in here? I cannot remember. Mr. G. Oh, so I've really brought the big guns along, haven't I? Right, okay, this is going to be rather cool. So let's quickly let's get some meaning going on here. Let's put the Captain America there. Now this Citron is very, very interesting and links very nicely to what I'm doing in life. Let's put the Omega Speedy. I think I remember what I was thinking. I was thinking to myself, it's summer, it's hot, I need a silver thing going on, and I need to show everyone how cool my watches are, and my watches are probably better than everybody else's. So that's probably what I was thinking. I probably thought, I know, I just need to show everyone, you know, if you're a collector, what you should be collecting, and, you know, the direction you should be going in, because really, this is, I mean, that is a watch collection. That is a six piece watch collection. Actually, what am I saying? I've got the Helms here. Let me pull the Kuraburis into play. I'll put the orange guy there because he's orange, and there's another orange guy. Okay, let's stick the Helm, the other Helm there. I don't know if he's in frame. He is just. Okay. All the Helms are, they're just knocking the feng shui out a moment because they are a thing all by themselves. Let me put the Helms back there. And also, these guys have had a lot of airtime recently. They do scream attention, and they've had a lot of attention, but let's put them there actually quickly to show you the grey strap on the black dial. This is good. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the Captain America here. Now, I suppose what I should do to make this sort of make sense to me is let's put the actually that timing is good. You see, this bad boy here, the original full metal on steel, this is what set the ball rolling, and you can see it's 8 a.m. It is middle of the night, but this, if you were to make a wristwatch today, and it was a new thing, it might be a digital watch, that sort of thing, this is the colourway that you'd probably adopt anyway. Black dial, well, this is black and a light dial, a silver case. Now they've opted for the DLC black case back and stainless steel actual housing case. I would have made that natural steel coloured, but years ago G-Shock Casio did that, so they've just gone with this black DLC thing, which of course any of the black models or the coloured models looks really good. For me, all I would want is the case back and the black steel there. I just wish it was all steel, but the black is okay. But what I've just done is I've given G-Shock an idea for what to do with respect to their next reiteration of the G-Shock Square, and that is to simply colour the case and the back plate there in steel, because that would change, that colourway change in itself would create a new production run of all of these G-Shock squares. You see, I've got it in the hand like that, and imagine when you haven't seen that for a couple of weeks and then you put it on the wrist like that. That's when I put down all my mechanical watches and I think, nope, no way, Jose. G-Shock rules. It's obvious they flipping rule. Why would I want to not have this? And this is the original. And you know, the colour is lovely. I'm going to pull the Captain America in just for a moment. This feels to me a different watch completely. I know that people out there will say, hey, what are you talking about, Stephen? It's the same watch, but it isn't the same watch because it has a blue bezel, it has a gold bit of detail there. The brick pattern is much more dense. it has a gold buckle part. The back plate has a different laser etching on it of the original Casio information. I think this is a limited run or limited edition. I think it's limited run because someone did comment to me that they thought that it was limited run because the Citron with the same colorway and the same colouring, apart from the case back is gold mirror and blue, but it does share the gold detailing there. I mean, why would you not get this Citron? This is, I mean, look at that. I am waiting for a fancy event to go to, and I'm going to flex this so I can hang out with the guys wearing Richard Mille, because the only people that you can, the only watches that can compete with a G-Shock or a Full Metal or the Citron is a Richard Mille, actually. I don't know if you knew that, but Richard Mille is the only contender. It's the only watch that the Citron feels comfortable with. Some of you might understand what I'm talking about there. Now, but this was the proper limited version. Apparently, there is a limited number, serial number on the back there. So that is a proper limited run, and the Citron, the Captain America is a limited production run. I think that basically means that there should be more of these out there than this one, but I do not know. I'm just going off what people have said to me. So this was the what created the Citron hype, because this came out of the blue. It was a recreation of the original 50 years ago, and here it is today. So if I was going somewhere very fancy, and I know there was going to be a lot of purists there, I'd probably go in this direction. Well, you know, all wearing original Richard Milles. This is the one that you would wear in addition to. And if it was a bit more glammed up, I'd probably wear the Captain America. But let's pull the original Square and the original Citron back into play. Now look at those two. Now straight away, this screams to me a two-piece Casio watch collection. You've got 50 years of heritage there, and you've got 40 years of heritage there. We are talking decades of style and culture wrapped up into relevant contextual technology. It is cool. I mean, I can't really find a better sentence to describe these two. It's so good. These are the only watches that can compete with these two is Richard Mille. I mean, I think Richard Mille's probably happy about that, because he probably recognises the skills, and he'd probably agree, actually. He'd probably say, if you're coming along to the Richard Mille party, please, if you're going to wear another watch, let it be a Citron or a Casio Square. Now, if you are the connoisseur and you have the firepower to go with it, this bad boy, the MRG, this is probably the direction you might be going in, because it costs a fortune, but what the Japanese have done here is they've built into this watch the world's top manufacturing technology, and you know, they've copied the Swiss at very fine watchmaking. But knowing the Japanese, they've you know, sometimes they go over the top as well. But the build quality on this MRG is very evident when you hold it like this. I know that we're on camera here, but it's very difficult to translate build quality. This is stainless steel, full metal, so it's nice and heavy, and it feels a certain way. When you pick the MRG up, it feels very different, because number one, it's titanium. Now, this is just not simple grade 5 titanium. The Japanese use about 4 different types of titanium with different tensile properties for different functions. For example, this bezel is cobarium, and is one of the hardest iterations of titanium. And they've put it on there because they think it's going to get battered more. Now the bracelet is a different grade of titanium. I don't know if that's if their formula is called Trantixi on the bracelet or the case, but I believe that the bezel, the case, and the strap are 3 different types of formula, titanium formula. Each with they're either more malleable or stronger in different ways depending on the function. For example, the bezel needs a very hard property because it will receive impacts, but the bracelet probably needs to be a little softer so that it can absorb being stretched and pulled and knocked. But the build quality on the MRG, I mean, this is a real flex for the connoisseur. If you are a watch collector and the word G-Shock comes out of your mouth, and you have the firepower, and you don't have an MRG, this one in your collection, really you're not a watch collector. You are instantly removed from the guest list, because this is your admission into the higher echelons of watch collecting, especially G-Shock. Now, this is where I offer a caveat, because young people, or not necessarily young people, some people just won't have the budget to throw in the direction of MRG, but they really want the MRG. Now, for me, that counts as that's the same as owning an MRG. I will let you off completely because these are a little bit expensive, and that pressure sometimes on young people and people that perhaps have their own business and cash is tight. You can't just go in this direction. Sometimes you might have to settle for the full metal that is much cheaper, because you are getting something very similar. Some people will believe that the full metal is better. And I really get that, because it's more heavy for a start, and heft is something that I appreciate. I don't really like light watches, and I don't really ever choose titanium. I really don't. For me, if that was in steel, I'd be much happier, but I'm not. For me, I understand what G-Shock are doing. They reserve titanium for their really high-end pieces. And I am really waiting for Casio to release the MRG King, the MRG 56, because that's the steroided version of this square, but in titanium. If Casio produced that, I'm out. That watch means I'm done. I've got to the top of Mount Everest. And I feel so satisfied. I can't imagine going anywhere else. I know that's an odd thing to say. I bet you it's not true, because I bet you I always want another watch. And because Mark II's here, let's pull him into play. Look at that. If you're an Omega Speedmaster fan, oh, come on, this is the one. This is the one that you go for. If you're a Speedmaster fan and you don't have a Mark II, that's a problem. If you have a Mark II but not the racing dial, that's a real problem. You really need to look at this. Anyway, I've chatted a lot about Mark II, haven't I? Anyway, guys, I'm feeling chilly. All of a sudden, the weather changes like crazy here. I'm feeling chilly, and it is. I need to go inside, put the kettle on. So I'm going to say ciao for now, but this is my brief Captain America speech. And I really hope everyone is well, and I will come back soon the moment I get chance, especially with the light like this. It's perfect. Okay, so I will speak again soon.